Hello everyone, welcome to the intuitive card reading for the collective, which is the general population for July 3rd through the 9th. You guys know my little speech beforehand. Let me get it over with here. Guys, please like this video if it resonates with you, if you like it. If you watch it to the end, that would be really, really helpful for the YouTube algorithm. Please subscribe to this channel. Guys, let's grow this channel. I'm close to 1K subscribers. I am super excited about that. As I continue to heal, if people don't know, I am going through some health issues, but as I continue to heal, which is coming to fruition, it's happening, I will be putting out more videos. I will be on camera more. So guys, subscribe. Let me know, if you want to see more content from me. That's super, super helpful. And then any questions, comments, feedback, I just ask that you be kind. Please put it down below. If it resonates, if it doesn't resonate, guys, I don't even care if it doesn't resonate with you, okay? Any comments like that would be helpful for me to know. If you want to use different decks, if you want to use a different spread. By the way, I know my camera angle isn't great, and so the quality of these videos will hopefully improve as I continue to grow and get better. So anyway, any feedback, anything like that at all, please, please, please let me know. And in the description box, you can find links to work with me privately, whether that's audio recordings of readings or that's one-on-one face-to-face Zoom calls. So, okay, anyway, guys, let's just start. I'm using the basic 4 decks that I've been using for the last few weeks and for the monthlies as well. I've switched up the order a little bit, but let's just jump right into it because, these readings kind of go long, but I really do want to see what this week has in store for us here. Okay, so we have need for relationship harmony. Okay, interesting. We have Ragveil coming through. Angels are opening the hearts of everyone involved. Arguments and conflicts are being resolved now. Great. Okay, so I'm definitely feeling the need for our relationships to be more harmonious. If anybody has seen the monthly reading, you guys know that for this month we are connecting with more like-minded people, more people that raise our vibration, and we're kind of letting go of those energy vampires. So this makes sense that need is already kind of coming up in this first full week of July. So we definitely do have a need for more relationship harmony. So watch, day by day. It almost feels like daily we'll start like feeling more and more into this as the week goes on, and something tells me the rest of July because of that monthly reading. But I feel like things will naturally happen in the way of like just those energy vampires just kind of like falling off, or you just kind of vibrating a little bit on a higher vibration, higher frequency, and they're just falling off naturally, okay? By the way, guys, it doesn't mean anybody's better than anybody. Sometimes we can be in a low vibration, sometimes we're going to be in a high. It doesn't mean it's not good, it's not bad. It's just, it is what it is. But I definitely do feel like we're becoming a lot more, we're vibrating a little bit higher of a frequency. It's just energy, right? That's just what's happening here, okay? So let's keep going here. What do we need as far as action needed? We have Avenger upside down in the shadow, resorting to violence in the name of a cause. Okay, so action needed feels like, actually this makes sense because of what's happening on a worldly issue. Guys, I do these readings. That's the other thing too, is the channel grows. I'll be able to kind of break down each reading to get a little bit more specific. I'm thinking of doing it via life path. I'm more of a numerology person than an astrology person. I find numerology to be super on point. I already connect with angels and angel numbers, so it all kind of makes sense to me. It's all connected. It's all very intuitive to me. So I read on a collective level. So a lot is going on, not jumping into politics or anything. Even though politics are spiritual, you guys should be caring about what's happening in the world. Obviously have boundaries with that and that kind of thing. But Avenger reminds me of that, right? Where it feels like we want to restore balance. We want to restore justice, right? And the Avenger kind of wants to avenge that, wants to avenge an unbalanced society and tip the scales of justice, as it says. So this coming in the shadow, when I pulled it, tells me that we need to really be careful this week of tipping over the scales of righteousness. And this already resonates with me because I can get in that place where we demonize people that think differently from us, and we're going after the wrong type of people, and we're going after it in the maybe not wrong, but the more egoic way, right? We're not going about it in a more loving way. And so that's what it's saying. It's saying, yeah, action does need to be needed, but to take action, get more action oriented and maybe a cause or something like that. But one of these issues that have been popping up lately. But it's saying not to resort to a place of violence or name calling or just any kind of hatred, because then you become like the people that you're screaming at, right? So this is saying, yeah, we need more action, but we need it to be taken in the way of a more positive avenging situation, a positive avenger instead of like a negative avenger, okay? So I think you guys get what I'm saying. So watch out this week that we don't tip that scale. And if we do, just apologize, take accountability, that kind of thing, or take a break, maybe shut off the news, go into a different room, take a break, however you see a break, take a break, and connect back to love. That's what I like to do. Get more connected with my like-minded people and, just feel love and connected instead of division and hatred, right? Okay, let's move on. I think you guys get that. So issue, we have Hunter, track down your fears and desires. We've gone this a few times, I think, in the last month or so. This is about going after what you desire, even though you're fearful, right? And so this feels like an issue this week. So it definitely does feel like we've gotten it in a more positive light in the past. Now it feels like we're coming up to a place where it's becoming a little bit of an issue, a little bit of an obstacle. Very interested to see what the challenge is here. But this just tells me, like, I see it as like a smaller thing than what the challenge actually is. So it's not coming through like very majorly, basically, but just watch that. Where some places it feels like your fear is going to kind of overtake you and you're not going to necessarily go forward with what you truly desire. So watch that. This is all areas of life, by the way. So it really could come through with like a work thing or, your career, your purpose, like that kind of thing. Or it can come in the relationship, family, like that kind of area. So where we feel like the fear is kind of holding us back a little bit. I'm getting like a lump in my throat right now while I'm doing this. So, and you guys know I read intuitively. So I really feel like when we get that lump in our throat, that's like an indication that we're like a sign of fear. I mean, yeah, it's a sign of not speaking your truth because it's the block of the throat chakra, but it's also like Spirit is saying, just like look out for moments where you feel like you're holding back, right? Where you're, because it all symbolizes like holding back. So just watch out for those lump in the throat moments, I guess I could say. Guys, take that however it resonates with you. But it definitely does feel like that's going to hold us back in some ways. Not huge, not anything that I would base the whole reading on, being like, oh my gosh, you're not going to get what you desire because of these fears. It just feels like in some places it will stop you or attempt to stop you. So just look out for that and just be mindful, okay? Surprise, the fates. Okay, we always get the fates, guys, which is great because I really feel like, I've said it to you like a million times. I tend to use the word destiny. I don't love it. Sorry, I see my hair over here. I don't love it, but the fates is such a really, I think it's actually probably one of the best cards in that Wisdom of the Oracle deck. But it's saying like what will be, what's intended to be will be. It definitely is linked to divine timing as well. And if you guys subscribe to me on YouTube and see my YouTube shorts, you know that we got the Wait card on Sunday, this past Sunday. And that's about like divine timing, right? Where we kind of have to understand that everything is happening exactly as it should. And even if we pick one path, this same thing will happen whether you pick path number 1, path number 2, or path number 3. And so it's just, it will happen because it's meant to happen, right? And so being under the surprise just feels like something is going to come to fruition that's going to surprise you, that's going to support what I'm saying about the fates, okay? Hopefully that makes sense to you guys, but I can see that as a positive. So now like the fruits of your labor of what I've been freaking talking about with this fates card for so long will show evidence. That's what it feels like to me this week. So that is actually surprising, but a positive and a positive surprise. So we will see evidence. So I will leave it at that and take it as it resonates. Challenge, victory. Okay, your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. Okay, so the fact that this is actually coming up in challenge tells me that we're going to have like a hard time accepting our victories. So first of all, positive news is that we're going to have a victory of some kind. So maybe accomplishing something that you've been really working on for like a long time, or finishing something up that you've been trying to work on for a long time, or healing something, or whatever it is. Whatever you consider a success or a victory, but we're not going to accept that success or that victory, right? We're going to say like, okay, like almost like a too good to be true type of feeling. So I definitely do feel that with that challenge. And so it's kind of like, that's not really a challenge, but it is at the same time, because the positive thing is happening. So obviously it's next to the faith. So I see that really good. This is really good. But we're going to have the challenge of accepting that victory, accepting that fate in the positive way. So hopefully that makes sense. But the best thing I can say for this is, trying to turn that pessimism into optimism. But I do see, we have these cards in a row here for a reason. That fear that's coming through with that hunter card. Like we are a little bit more fear-based this week, okay? And actually with the Avenger too, because that's what it is. Fear is, it's love and fear. It's not love and hate. Hate is just fear, right? So we fear that things aren't going to get better. We fear that our country is going in the wrong direction. We're very fearful. That's where it all kind of, the vitriol comes from, right? That's where it comes from. So, I feel just a lot of fear and pessimism, and so that definitely does feel like the underlying root cause of that, of being able to accept the victory, being able to accept this success. But just being mindful of that, and maybe spending extra time this week to really work on that and move past that. Okay. Let's keep going. Focus. What should we focus on this week besides what I just said? Okay, athlete. Dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower, and strength of spirit. Okay, so this is about willpower. I know it says physical, but I don't read the cards literally all the time. These are oracle too, so never ever literal. I read intuitively. So this is about having more focus, some more willpower, more strength, more diligence, more like I said, focus in the focus in the focus section here. So this is really really good for getting tasks done. So I really feel like this might be a week where a lot of you guys who've been trying to accomplish, we do have like more bigger accomplishments kind of coming through, but like smaller things, like finishing up smaller things. And yeah, they can be connected for sure. But I definitely do feel like you're working more diligently, more acutely, more detailed, and more efficiently, actually, is kind of the word that I'm saying. So this is really positive. Like I almost feel like it's pretty organic too, like it's the flow of it. So if you guys are like feeling more like, oh my gosh, I feel like I could get up, ambitious, is like kind of like another word, but ambitious with a plan, ambitious with a focus. So if you guys are like feeling that already with the beginning of the week, like expect the momentum to like continue to go. So that's another good word. There's this momentum kind of going on this week. So if you've wanted to finish something for a long time and you've been procrastinating, this is definitely the week where I feel like some of you guys are going to get it done, which is actually really positive. Okay, reflect. All right, we've gotten the moon card a few times. So this is an intuitive card. Take note of intuitive messages. So this is still, looks like a week of just reflecting back on our intuitive hits and downloads, which have been aplenty in the last few weeks or so. So definitely reflecting on what you've received. Just because, so here's the other thing too, is just because we get downloads or epiphanies, yeah, we do like understand the information and it kind of clicks for us, but sometimes putting it into the bigger picture takes more time, right? So maybe you have an epiphany that, this job is not right for you. This is not what you wanted to go to school for, or, this is not the right major for you, or whatever it actually is. Piecing that together on how to move forward, like that's just like one piece, like it's one piece of the puzzle. So this to me just feels like Spirit is asking you to kind of like reflect on all the different intuitive pieces of the puzzle. Take all of the downloads that you've been kind of getting over the, the last few weeks, the last few months, and kind of put them together to formulate going forward. This isn't about going forward, right? This is about really reflecting on that. So sometimes when I say action versus inaction, it feels more inaction, right? Where it's just really just marinating on it, right? Okay. What responsibilities do we have this week? Let's see, guys. What are we responsible? Okay, no place like home. Okay, so this just feels like home responsibilities, okay? You guys could also interpret this as, I interpret this as, it almost feels like half and half. Half of you, home means your body, right? So taking care of your body, taking care of, this could be getting a pedicure, exercising, eating nutritiously, getting that tattoo covered up, I don't know, going to the dentist, something like that. But also too, this could also be for the physical home that you live in, not, because your body is the place that you live in, right? That's where your soul lives. But this is actually the physical home. So responsibilities to the home, finishing up. So if you put it kind of all together here, finishing up projects, being really focused this week, wouldn't be a bad idea to finish any home projects that you have kind of going on, or anything that really kind of redecorating, anything that has to do with the home, refurnishing, whatever, buying new furniture, that kind of thing. So I definitely do feel like half of us, it has to do with our body. The other half is, the actual physical home, right? Okay, so what do we have for money and finances going on here? Teaching and learning. Keep an open mind and learn new ideas, then teach these ideas to others. Okay, so definitely a lot of learning, teaching and learning. I'm definitely feeling like it's a good week. The energy supports learning new things. So maybe learning about investing, learning about the ins and outs of buying a home, if that's what you choose to do or want to be doing, or what your desires are, right? Don't forget, we have like an overwhelming, feeling of wanting to do something. These desires that we have are soul desires, and then we have those fears kind of coming behind us and like, messing everything up, right? But this isn't again, with the action versus inaction, this is more inaction. This is the feminine energy. This is the yin energy, like absorbing the information, taking in information, learning about how you can make more money. So investing your time in learning how to invest, for example, would be what this is, the energy supports for you. Hopefully that makes sense. This is also under the career, so anything that helps you catapult or will help you go forward in your career in the future is definitely supported this week. A course, something like that, learning something new, learning a new skill, all of that is super supported. Okay, so let's see the change. We have rescuer, provides strength and support to others in crisis, acts out of love with no expectation of reward. Okay, so this is, sometimes the rescuer gets a bad reputation because, we're always told not to rescue people. That's kind of more of the toxic way of relationships. But there's a way where it could be positive. And maybe an example I could give is, it's not a person, it's my cat. But, everybody thinks that I fostered, then I adopted. Everyone thinks I rescued her, but she rescued me, right? And so that's the kind of way that, like, aw, so cute, right? But it's kind of like that. It's like I didn't need her to, but it's kind of like something that comes to you in a positive way, okay? And so the fact that it's in the light, right? So it's in the light attribute, so it's upright, and it under the change is saying that things like that, like examples like that, are going to be coming to fruition or starting to come into fruition, where things are starting to, quote unquote, here, I'm going to do the quote unquote here, save you or rescue you, right? Again, if you guys have been following me for a while, I always talk about inner power and where we get our power from. We are children of God, universe, source, divine energy, source energy, however you want to define your higher power, but that's what we are, powerful, powerful, powerful beings. We also are tribal human beings. We are human beings that thrive in a community. We thrive and feed off of social interaction and relationships. That's what life is, right? Series of relationships. I had my spiritual awakening off of a bad negative, toxic relationship. So these things are the catapults in our life to learning lessons. Okay, funny that we're next to the learning here. So basically just pay attention to I really feel like relationships are really big, just going off the monthly this month in a positive way. So really meeting and connecting and reconnecting with people that do feel more like the rescuer than somebody trying to drown you, right? So, not the energy vampires, not the people trying to bring you down, not the narcissists, like that kind of thing. So that's the change. And I really, really feel like I'm really excited that it's happening in the first full week of July. So we're already starting to see it, but I really do feel like it's happening the rest of July as well. So that's a really positive and great change. Friends. Okay, we have exchange energy to create abundance. I love this card. I think this came up in the money and finances maybe last week or with the monthly. But this is such a great card because it helps us utilize our skills to trade off. Like it's it's a good balance of give and take, essentially. And so the fact that it's under friends, that feels great as well, right? I kind of already knew the friends card was going to be something positive because of all of what we're getting so far here, and again in the monthly. But it definitely does feel like we have something to offer. There's an even give and take. This is a good way. So I know a lot of you are probably wondering, well, Justine, how do I make friends? How do I meet people? How do I, do this and that? And I have the same question, but my answer would be, because it's really hard. It's like, it depends. I don't know how old, this is the collective, right? And so I'm sure more older people obviously watch this. I'm 37, just turned 37, but it's hard to make friends, when you're out of like that college age, right? And so Spirit is kind of saying like, I understand what you're saying. And a good way to kind of connect with more like-minded people, more of these rescuer types, more of these, I love that we have relationship harmony over here. Sorry, getting distracted. Because that's really what we need. We need the harmonious relationships, give and take, and we're getting it. It's so beautiful. This is, you have something that somebody needs. So you provide that, and then they provide something back, right? And so it's not like a give situation where we're exhausted, and it's not a take situation. It's really an even balance, which we like to see, okay? So hopefully that made sense for you guys. Treasure Island in the romantic connection. Ooh, okay. So I definitely do feel like, so the 9 is popping out to me. I don't always read numbers, but when they pop out to me and I intuitively feel the vibration of the number, which the 9 is endings, 9 could also feel more philanthropic and harmonious. Harmonious is maybe a little bit more of the 2 energy, but it does have elements there with the 9 and the fact that it's a treasure island. So I definitely will say for those connected in romantic relationships, it will feel almost like a new energy kind of coming in this week for you guys in a positive way. Damn, our relationships in all areas are looking fine this week. So I'm super excited about that. So it definitely does feel like it's like a treasure, a new treasure, like discovering a new treasure, basically, is what this is saying. So you could be discovering a new thing about your spouse or your significant other that you haven't known before, and it's a treasure, or it's a really positive thing, or it's quirky, or it's cute, or it's charming, or something like that. And this, going to our single people out there, this could be meeting somebody with a interesting trait, or a quirky personality, or something that makes them very soulful, or something that really kind of like stands out. So expect to like meet people like that, right? And so guys, this is just really great energy for like new people around us. It's just like really fabulous energy of like good vibes all around, positive vibes all around, which we love. So yeah, really good week for our romantic relationships as well. Guys, I am loving this week so far. Okay, we have Hello from Heaven. Guys, we got this last week, did we not? Guys, I shuffled. Oh my God, it's so funny. Hello from Heaven. Your loved ones are in heaven, are doing fine. Let go of worries and feel their loving blessings. I know you guys needed to hear this last week, that your loved ones are always there. Your ancestors are there for you always. You can always contact them at any point within your heart. You are never alone. They are there. So please, the fact that this is coming up again is that I feel like you guys need to hear it again, okay? So talk to your loved ones, talk to your ancestors. They are listening. They want you to reach out. They are always watching you, always guiding you, always loving you, always supporting you, okay? All right, health and wellness. We already talked about, taking care of the body here. Engineer, reliance on mechanical solutions without regard for emotional consequences. Okay, so this is actually saying, kind of being in the shadow, kind of saying, yeah, even though we said take care of your body, don't forget about the other stuff, right? Don't forget about the emotional stuff. Don't forget about the spiritual stuff. Okay, so even if you're going heavy on the physical, and this might be too that some of you guys are going too heavy. So if you're known to over exercise, if you're known to overexert yourself, if you're known to get too strict on your dieting, or really restrict yourself, or limit your calories to almost a dangerous level or something like that, Spirit is talking to you guys. Like, remember the balance here that you have with your relationships. Kind of bring that energy over to your health, wellness, spirit, again, and more specifically, yes, your health, but to balance that out, you can focus on your spiritual and emotional health, right? So it's saying don't go too overboard with the physical stuff, is basically what it's saying. All right, guys, and we're at the end. What do we got going on for the overall outcome? Wise One, grow within your current situation. Wise One is such a great card because this is all about cultivating wisdom. And this usually comes when we are at the tail end of learning something, tail end of going through something that really rocked our world, for example. And it's just Spirit just coming through and basically saying that you're going to really recognize or connect with the growth that you've experienced over, I'm going to say, the year, over the last 6 months or so. So I definitely do feel like a lot of the wisdom is going to either be used this week, or I'm not saying like you're going to be sitting there and saying like, damn, I'm so wise this week, or I don't know, maybe you will, but maybe it does happen that way. Maybe it literally happens this way, but it's almost like Spirit saying like, I don't want to say unconsciously, but it's just like you're a new mature person, and the way that you handled this week is shown within that, right? It has shown, like, the way that you handled things this week shows your growth and your maturity. And so that's what Spirit is saying. So I see that as a positive. So overall, really great week. I love that we started out with relationship harmony and, pretty much foreshadowed the rest of the reading with our relationships, which is great. So the only thing here is we have this corner up here that is a little challenging with kind of accepting the victory or our successes. And then again, issue here with some of the fears really creeping up and stopping us from getting to what we want to do, what our desires are. So just pay attention to those. If there's anything really, everything else looks so good. We're going to be accomplishing things that we haven't been able to accomplish before because we have acute focus and willpower and momentum, which is something that I feel like we've been lacking because we've been kind of distracted, over the last few months with all of this change that's been kind of happening with us. But yeah, everything else looks fantastic, honestly. One of the best weeks we've had in a while, I would say. So I'm excited about this week, and I hope you guys are too. So if this resonates, guys, comments, questions, feedback below. You know where to find me. So that's it, guys. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. Bye.